Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's Alison Hitchin here. I want to thank you again for viewing this hangout. It's the Loose Women UK online hangout. Who needs the real Loose Women on ITV when you've got us free here? I'm joined with Sharon Parkinson, who is over in Warrington. Hello, Sharon.
Hi.
And I've got Jayne Miller, who's over in Derby.
Hi.
Now, today, oh, sorry, Jayne, go on. Hello. Today, we wanted to talk about putting the past behind you and not letting the past affect your future and the plans that you have for the future, because let's face it, we can't turn back the clock. We can't change what's happened in the past. We can change what happens in the future. So first of all, I'm going to hand this over to the lovely Jayne, because this is Jayne's Loose Women Hangout. She is the loose woman of us all.
Oh.
And she is going to reveal to you all, talk to you all, sorry, about how she's put the past behind her and how she's now building on a fantastic future. So Jayne, I'm going to hand it across to you.
Okay. Hi everybody, and I really wanted to talk today about how dropping the past is so important to progressing your future. And something really connected home with me yesterday. As many of you know, I'm suffering working online at the moment with broken bones, torn muscles, and goodness knows whatever else, which has been quite challenging in itself. And yesterday I had a 2-hour appointment at the hospital, only to find that the break has got progressively worse over a period of 9 days, and could be facing surgery in another 2 weeks. And I really paused yesterday and really felt very grateful that although I remember at the time being quite disappointed about coming out of the corporate world that I'd ever been used to working in and making the decision to have my home-based business, I actually now truly feel very grateful for that. And the reason for that is because yesterday I would have been signed off sick for 6 weeks, and when I realised that yesterday, I thought, gosh, I actually felt quite sick inside, because knowing the type of person that I am, the thought of that, if that was happening now, would make me worry constantly about what my bosses would be thinking, constantly worry about the money and how that would slowly come to a finish with sick pay and all the rest of it. And now I can comfortably work from home at my own pace, do what I feel comfortable doing each day, be sure to be adding lots of value and tons of information to my team. And I'll tell you something, how lovely it was when I got home yesterday from the hospital to see that my team had continued to build whilst I was out of action for the 2 hours. And also from my other part of my business, I'd got an order in to develop and design somebody's website. So that made me realise the decision that I made a few years ago of working from home and really taking control of my future. It really kicked into play yesterday. And sometimes we really do have to realise that letting go of our past is so imperative in terms of developing our future. And sometimes, I was speaking to somebody the other day who was telling me just wanted to get out of his poverty-stricken life. Now, that doesn't mean to say that he was living on the streets, starving every day, but he was so sick and tired of not earning enough money every single month to pay the bills. But he was stuck in this absolute hamster wheel of not knowing what to do. And the reason that was stopping him from moving forward was because that's how his life had always ever been. His life has always been a constant struggle. So why would he believe that his future was going to be any different? And after a very long conversation with him, we talked about how we could actually break through that. And he'd got to, first of all, start to eliminate the feeling of being poor. Now, I'm not just referring financially here. I'm talking about in terms of his happiness. He wasn't rich in happiness. He was very poor in lots of different aspects of his life. So the first thing he really needed to do was to let go of this poverty-stricken feelings that he was feeling every single day of his life, and to eliminate the people in his life who were contributing to helping him feel poverty-stricken, who were contributing to help him feel negative and worthless and not really worthy of being able to move forward with his life. And when we spoke about that, he could really understand that the actual problem of moving on with his future wasn't actually with everybody else, it was all down to him. And so it's really important for him to let go of what's happened to him in the past and let go of this constant feeling of never be able to break free of this debted situation first of all financially, and of course without him being in a situation where he was earning money and at least having some money to enjoy spending quality time with his family, his happiness had gone as well completely. So he was prepared to let go of his past in order to move forward. And one of the other reasons that people talk to me about what's preventing them from moving forward in business or making decisions with anything, and for now we'll talk about business, is people being scared of technology. Now, you know, I remember when I first came into this industry, this home-based business, it absolutely scared the living daylights out of me, and I'm going to give you a comparison here. I remember 3 years ago when I first came on board, and I first came on board online to learn how to market my offline business, and by doing so had to create a website. And I remember using the WordPress platform to do that. And I can't begin to tell you, a dozen times my laptop was out of the window into the garden because the frustration of not being able to get to grips with WordPress was driving me absolutely crazy. Now to this day, moving on 3 days forward, that annoyance and that, not fear if you like, but real technophobia as far as computers, as far as creating websites, as far as creating websites using WordPress, I've put that firmly behind me, because now that's what I do. You know, I help people build their businesses by helping them to create their own websites and to create business websites to be able to promote their businesses and to generate more business for themselves. So you really do need to turn any fear into a positive, because if I can do that, trust me, with a very basic WordPress platform, you know, anybody can do that. So first of all, you mustn't let any technology phobia put you off from actually being able to move forward, because you mustn't allow it to put you down, because somewhere online in your community that you're working in and your team of people, there is somebody who's an absolute genius and whose creative genius is technology, and leverage off that and make use of their skills. You don't have to suddenly rush out to college and learn everything there is to know about computers, because if you're leveraging the skills of other people, you'll be able to succeed and do that very successfully. And I really just wanted to say that the biggest problem with people, and the biggest problem that prevents people, as I see it, and I have seen over the last few weeks specifically, is people not understanding what their melting point is. And when I say melting point, you know, I'm saying, let's say, for example, you're thinking of starting off with a home-based business, but suddenly you're thinking, oh gosh, it's got everything to do with computers, I can't do it. So you recognise that is your melting point, and that melting point is the reason that's preventing you from doing something. Now you can actually change that, because all you actually need to do is readjust your way of thinking. Readjust that melting point and recognise that actually, is it truly a melting point, or is it an obstacle that you can overcome? And I would say to people, you know, in order to let go of your past and move forward in the future, if you just focus on those 3 points, you will be able to successfully move yourself forward and make some really positive decisions to move forward in life, and have those decisions contribute to your success. So I hope people find that quite useful, and I know that some people will be able to connect with that, because, you know, we've got some very, very good training that came about on Wednesday from Mark Hoverson, one of our leaders here within our business, and there were some real points there that really did connect with me, and they were the 3 main ones that I wanted to share with people today.
Cool, thank you, Jayne. I mean, yeah, I completely agree. I mean, I shot a video this week on my past, and that's the first time I've actually really opened up and told people about my past, but it had to be done because I wanted more people to realise that when you see people who are starting to see results online, a lot of people just think, oh yeah, that's just them, that's not me. Well, I was just a normal person when I started out online, and believe it or not, I was in debt when I started out online and in quite a bad situation, and to the point that I'd said to myself, no more. This is not going to be my future, and whatever has gone on in the past, it's going to stop now because I can't keep doing what I'm doing. So I remember the day that I made my call to my mentor, and it was the 9th of July 2013, and I said, get me out of this mess, help me. And so what happened was I joined with my mentor. He told me everything that I had to do, and I followed it step by step. But one thing that I did do was I put the past behind me, because the past wasn't coming with the future, to the future with me. I was going to change my future and have a brand new life. And that is exactly what happened. But when you bring your past with you and keep remembering the past, or little comments that people have made to you, you can't move forward. And an example is, I had a call with somebody this week, I'm not going to mention the name, but they were saying to me, I'm struggling and I don't know why I'm struggling. But when we sat down and we had a good chat, it's because the person didn't believe in themselves. And when we dug a bit more deeper, it's because of a past comment that somebody had said to them. They were putting a business plan together for a business they wanted to launch, and somebody made a little passing comment that they wouldn't have probably realised would have had so much of an effect on this person, that they told them that they were wasting their time putting that business plan together because they wouldn't make it. And that has stuck in that person's head, just that little comment, and that comment had held that person back. So when we'd had a quick chat, gone through a few things, that person, over the past 24 hours, has started delivering results in their business. All because we had that chat, we made sure that she put that in the past, and she knew that if she wanted to change that future, she had to do what she was being asked to do and just forget about the whole situation that had happened and concentrate on what she wanted for the future. And that is how you do it. You really do need to put the past behind you, because you can't change the past. If you're sat there and thinking, I'm in a mess at the minute, because there's a lot of people that are in a mess at the minute, and you're thinking there isn't a way out, that's exactly how I felt this time last year. And to the point that I used to go to bed and cry at the fact that I didn't like the lifestyle that I'd got. But there was always something in the back of my mind that always had that dream, and everybody has it, of how you want your life to be. So what I decided to do was make that little dream in the back of my head the reality. And that's what a lot of people need to do. So I'm just sat there thinking there's no way out. There's always a way out, but it all lies down to you and you believing in yourself. So Sharon, what do you think on this?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think we've all been in the same situation in the past. I think Jayne, especially myself and Jayne, we've been in certain companies where we've had a lot of issues, and we could have both given up. We could have both said, right, that's enough. We've lost enough money. We're not doing this anymore. But I got to a situation in December where I was sick to death of following people who were telling me that they would actually help and help me grow my business, and then only find out as soon as I joined that they'd disappear and go off to the next new shiny system, and I'm left again. So I got to a point where I thought, at Christmas, this is not going to happen anymore. And I went looking for people who could give me not only the people, but the platform of a training platform that would help me get where I wanted to go, because I think that was the missing link. And that's when I came across Alison by pure chance, because her mentor was somebody I was following, and she just assumed I was being trained by him. So, you know, if I'd have given up, in December, I would not have come across Alison or Jayne, and we're all having such tremendous success now, based on the fact that we're all doing the same. We're all being told or given a script to do and a plan, and we're all following the plan, and that's what's making us all successful. You know, so I think it's about, don't ever give up. Don't ever give up on your dreams, because that's the worst thing. And don't let people tell you can't do something. Again, that's the worst thing you can do, is listen to other people. It's got to come from your heart, and you've got to know that you can achieve anything you want to achieve. It's just, you've got to have, I mean, the training, what you get within ILN will give you that platform and that belief, and it's all about mindset. And I think a lot of it is, you know, people just don't believe anymore. And I just feel sorry for them, because it's like you said, they were that close from actually achieving something, and they gave up, and that is the worst thing you could ever do.
Exactly.
But like Jayne says, you know, we both, I mean, I've had problems where I wasn't able to work because of the back. I fell downstairs a few years ago and I was in a lot of pain, but you still try and do a little bit of something just to get you going, so you don't lose momentum. Because the worst thing you can do is just sit down and moan and groan and say, I'm in this position because I am, and then it's just going to get worse, because you're never going to get out of that position. You've got to just keep things going, ticking along, and that's what Jayne's doing. And you know, I really admire Jayne for doing what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Definitely.
And do you know something, based on what the two of you said there, I remember going through some training actually a couple of days ago, and something really made me think, and I thought about this about 2-3 times over, and it was to think of, we all sometimes have reasons or actually excuses that will hold us back from making the right choices and doing something, and in this training it said, think of those excuses as items that you have on your to-do list. Now, on a daily basis we all have a to-do list of bits and pieces that we need to do, and God, there's always those dreaded jobs that get carried over to the next day and the next day and the next day, and it's normally relative to ironing and cleaning and all of that sort of stuff. And it said in this training that if somebody was to give you $1,000 in cash if you completed every single item on your to-do list in 24 hours, would you do it? Would you clear that to-do list completely? And if the answer to that is yes, then you're the right person to take on a home-based business. And because you think of those items as the reasons and the excuses that are holding you back, and that is your past. That's what we're talking about here today. That is your past that's preventing you from moving forward in your future. And if you just wipe the slate clean of those and get them crossed off and get rid of that piece of paper and don't think about them again and just move on with your future, that's it, job done. And that I found was really powerful when I heard that in the training that I was going through.
Oh yeah, the $1 million day from Mark, that opened my mind, I must admit. Like you say, you wipe away like 20, or you can do. I mean, some people might wipe away a lot more, but 20 years of procrastination, it's just amazing.
Yeah.
And we've never been told that before, have we? We've never been explained that you can, this is the best way to clear out all that rubbish in your head, and then you can move on. So.
But if you're not shown, you don't know how to do it.
No.
So you will sit there and you will think, God, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? But if you're shown a way of how to improve your life, then you follow it, because if it's worked for somebody else, it'll work for you. And it's all about the mindset as well of thinking positive. And like you said, Sharon, it's no use sitting at home wallowing in self-pity thinking, why is this happening to me? Oh, it's always me, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's so unfair. Do something about it, because sitting at home is only going to get you worse, and it's not going to sort the situation out. But if you take action and say, right, no more, like I did, put a line underneath it, no more, I'm absolutely sick of this, I deserve better, and just go out there, find somebody that's going to help you, find somebody that's seeing results. If you want to work from home, go and find somebody that's successful in working from home, go and find somebody that wants to help you. And I'm telling you now, it will completely change your lifestyle. And it's not all about the money. For me, it was all about what it would give me, because my partner's had serious heart surgery. And I knew that in August last year that he would be off, and I would need to be there for him and looking after him, because he was quite poorly. And it's the freedom that it gave me to be able to be there for him. And the freedom that it gives me at the minute that my parents, my dad, he's not that well, he's got diabetes, he's got high blood pressure, he refuses to give his job up, he's absolutely crazy. But I know that if anything happens, touch wood, it wouldn't happen, but there have been a few instances where he has been taken into hospital. I know I'm always there. If my dad needs me, I am always there. If I was in a regular job, I wouldn't have been able to be there, because I'd have had the questions of, why do you need to leave work? No, we're too busy, you can't, you'll have to go after work. And it's not about the money for me, it's about what the freedom that it gives me. And if I want to go off and go off for a couple of days, I can go off for a couple of days somewhere, we can just pack the bags and go. And that to me is a great feeling, that you could work your business absolutely anywhere in the world and you are not tied down to a regular boss. And on top of that, yes, you have got the financial freedom with it, and now you don't need to worry about the bills. Like I used to panic when the bills used to hit the letterbox and think, oh God, how am I going to find the money to pay for this bill? And I used to be searching and scrimping and saving. It's a bit like what Mark Hoverson says in his video. It's really hard to imagine the situation that he was in. But one thing that really stuck in my head was when he said that him and his family were sat around the table, his wife was putting the milk into the children's cereal bowls, and they were calculating how much milk they could put into those bowls, and he thought they were overdoing it with the milk. That's to the extent that Mark Hoverson and his family were in. But they again said, no more. We are not doing this anymore. There's got to be a better way. And he found a better way. And now he teaches us, and he is an 8-figure earner within this industry. And he opens his doors up to us and says, right guys, this is what I did. And he tells you step by step exactly what he did. And he tells you the mindset training that he's had so that he can pass it all down to us, for us to do, and for us to then be successful within our businesses and then roll it out to all of our teams, because we know that it works. And I just think that if you are just sat there now thinking, I'm in such a mess, I don't know where to turn, I feel like there's no end to this, I'm telling you now, there is an end. And the 26th of March is what we're on now. The 26th of March is the day that you turn your life around. The 9th of July 2013 was the day that I turned my life around, and I, on this 9th of July, will be having a big, massive party, let me tell you, because the 9th of July will always stick in my head, because it's the day that my life changed. So, yeah. Over to you two ladies, there's me. So Jayne, moving forwards then, from what you were doing before to what you're doing now, how would you say that your mindset has changed, and why do you think that your mindset has changed?
So we're talking about the comparison from corporate world to now? Yeah. All right, okay. Well, the first thing is I found personally that the mindset training within ILN, you know, I think it's fairly commonplace to say that we all have these things whirring around in our minds, you know, things that, you know, this, that and the other's happening, but we're not quite sure how to deal with it. We're not quite sure how to work through a problem. So we just keep on doing and we keep on doing, hoping that one day it's going to get better. Now, I remember specifically as I've been going through the ILN training, the real deal breaker with the mindset training here is that you'll go through the training very methodically, and you'll learn something, and suddenly you'll have a light bulb moment and think, oh, that's going to resolve this issue and this thought process that I've had for so long now, and if I implement this strategy and take action on it straight away, then I'm going to see very different results. And sure enough, that's exactly what happens. You know, it's so reassuring, because the corporate days, I remember it's very much into covering your own back, apportioning blame instead of trying to resolve things and having people feel good about themselves and move forward as a team. Now I see the world of online, everybody within our ILM business, and specifically our group here with the Barefoot Millionaire group, you know, everybody here is here to help each other and to leverage off each other's work and to promote each other, because we work very, very well as a team, and I've never really seen that in the outside world. I've seen false teams being created because they've had to be there in place for the structure of the organisation, but never truly have I ever seen in an organisation that people are truly looking out for each other and truly helping each other to promote their own businesses. And you know, now it's taught me massively on how to think very, very positively and how to eliminate any negativity at all from my life and also from the people that I associate with. And the most important thing that I've learned is to only surround myself and have dealings with people who bring out the best in me, and also that contribute positively to my life. And really, people full of negativity and full of doubt have no place within my sort of element of my team, because I only surround myself with like-minded, positive people, and the results you get from doing that I found to be really quite phenomenal, because it's so important to work with like-minded people rather than dragging people along that aren't really committed and haven't really got the same goals and same intentions, or have any goals or intentions for that matter. So, you know, they're the things that have been really, really most important to me, but it has mainly been the mindset, and it's mainly been just having a clear out of everything that's been holding me back from my past to move forward positively, and positively with the right people and the right team.
Cool. Yeah, I think our team is absolutely amazing. Like you said, you don't feel like you're on your own. A lot of things you can start and you feel like you're on your own and it's just you that's got to build your business. Whereas we have made sure that this team is a team, and everybody knows everyone within the team, and we all help each other out. And if someone's feeling a little bit low, we go and help that person out. And that's what I like about it, that everybody clubs together and everybody really does make the effort with each other. And mindset is completely different from being in the corporate world to running your own business, because you get the negative people around you in the corporate world, like James just said, whereas in your team you can choose who's in your team and you can choose who you want to work with. And we don't work with everybody, we'll admit that. We work with people who genuinely, seriously want to start an online business and who genuinely want to get out of the situation that they're in now. Or you might be in a business at the minute and you're looking for a portal to get you to the next level. Now, this is what we've got here, and this is why we're seeing so many success stories and so much success, the rate of the success that we're seeing. So over to you then, Sharon. Same question to you. How would you say, because you are kind of in the corporate world at the minute, you work from home but you still work for a company.
Yeah.
But would you say that your mindset and your productivity has changed since you've joined the team?
Well, yeah, I mean, like, I've been around network marketing for about, I don't know, 10, 15 years, but not me personally, my husband. So I've kind of had it in that, the regime where I knew about it, but not really understood anything, you know, what I was doing. So kind of having the mindset of doing that. Just hold on, the phone's ringing.
Bye.
Yeah, having the mindset of actually, you know, being my own boss hadn't come really naturally to me, because I was used to, you know, like you say, having a job and having the money coming in, and it was kind of a big, I don't know, a big risk for me to say, right, I'm going to give up my job and do this full time. But having coming into the team, so really from January, I'd say my mind's completely changed since watching the videos that Mark did, and then joining the team. It's kind of, I now can see that I want out of this life. Like you were saying, you didn't want your life. I don't want this life anymore. I've done it for 20, 30 years, so I really want to be working from home for me and making money for me. And then, you know, then I can actually start to achieve it. Because at the moment I'm frustrated because I'm supposed to be working on my real job, but I don't really want to do that. I want to do my online work, and it's kind of a conflict of interest. So, you know, I'm constantly trying to juggle the two around. So I am in a corporate world, but I am trying my best to get out of that. Not that I don't like it. Don't get me wrong. The job is brilliant and the company is fantastic. It's just not me. You know, I've kind of moved on in my own mind that I need to be on this different platform, and it's just waiting to go through that portal, like you just say. Yeah. And that's a new word. We learned that the other day, didn't we? The portal is the missing link. You know, and that's the whole thing. So I could have been sat there thinking, yeah, I get a good salary. No stress job really. I do spend a bit of time away from home occasionally, but I could carry on like this for another 10 years quite happily. But I'd still be the same person, still be like not fulfilled, you know. And that's really what I'm looking for now. You know, I want things. The next 12 months I want this change, and with going into the TLA, that's hoping that will be the springboard to make it all happen. So
yeah, cool.
Yes, 2014 is going to be a fantastic year for all of us. Really, we've all made that decision.
Definitely. So
it started off the right way. It started off the right way.
Oh, sorry, Sharon. What did you say? Sorry.
Well, the first 3 months have been a positive. We've seen a gradual, then a massive sense of speed wealth and things like that have come along. You know, everything, they've made it so much. I mean, God, how easy is it to just get people to duplicate with that system? I mean, it's amazing. So there's everything they're doing is to help us. That they're gonna be successful if we're successful, but that's not the point. We'll all be successful, so we won't care. You know, we'll all be in the same party, having fun, and you know, meeting new people. And that's the thing. I've met so many new people in this last 3 months. It's unbelievable.
It is. That's what I love about it, is meeting the new people and meeting people across the pond, all over the world, and listening to their experiences of how they live life. Because some people live life completely different to us over here in the UK, and I find it really fascinating of what people do. And making friends is one of the easiest things that people can do, and this industry is all about making friends. It's not about selling. You've not got to sell anything to anybody. You're making friends with people. It's the easiest thing in the world, and I absolutely love it, which is why my team follow my Facebook strategy, where we recruit for free. It doesn't cost you a penny. We show you how to tap into over 1 billion users a day, and how to talk to whoever you want to across the world. Somebody that's got the same interest as you, somebody that lives in a different country, you might be going there on holiday. We show you exactly what to do. So if there's 1 billion users on Facebook every day, I'm sure we can help you build your team and build you a successful business to get you out of the situation, whatever situation you're in at the minute. That's what we're here for. And on top of that, we actually, believe it or not, and I still can't get over this, because when I first come into this industry, we didn't have this option. So what we have is we can offer you a 7-day free trial to come and join us. Let us introduce you to the team. Come and have a one-to-one with us. Contact Jayne, contact Sharon, contact myself, whoever's brought you to this hangout. Come and have a chat with us. Come and join us for 7 days. There's no upfront payment that you've got to pay. It is free for 7 days. We will show you the training that you're going to be exposed to. And should you want to come on as a member, we're not talking hundreds of dollars a month. We're talking $37 a month if you decide to take it on and you want to be serious about building a business. So I would think to yourself, is today the day you want to change the situation you are in? If you were like me and you had had enough and you wanted to reach out to somebody for help, this is it, I will tell you now. We have all been in that situation. We've all just explained to you the situations that we were in, but we all decided to pick up that phone or type that message to somebody on Facebook and say, please help me, show me and guide me how to do what you do. And that simply is what we do. We help you, we guide you, we mentor you, and we support you until we have you to a level that we want you to be happy in your lives. And that's the best thing about this, is that it's not about us, it's about helping our teams. And when I can post a success story on my Facebook wall of a team member who's doing really well, I absolutely love that. I get more satisfaction out of that than I do of my own results, because I've helped somebody. I've been part of helping that person get out of the struggle or the situation, whatever it might be that they were in, and now they're happy. And I know that I'm bringing my bit to the table and I'm able to help people to do the results and duplicate. And that is a big thing, is that if you are at the minute looking for a home-based business, please check which business you are joining, check your sponsor out, and make sure that there is duplication within that team, because we can all join businesses and then just be left by ourselves. And we have quite a few members that have been in that situation, but they've come on board, they've joined our team, they feel like a family, they're seeing results, and they feel at home. And that's what we want you to feel, is at home. But we can offer you a 7-day free trial. I still can't believe this. 7 days free trial for you to come and join our business. So yeah, I think that's it from me. We've been online for half an hour now, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this. If you're watching it on the replay, thank you very much for watching it on the replay. And same time, I think, is it going to be Tuesday next week, Jayne?
Tuesday, yes, at 12 o'clock midday GMT time.
Yeah, excellent. So the next one will be 12 o'clock next Tuesday at GMT time, and we'll look forward to seeing you then. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. See you.